it's official! The Nintendo Direct is happening tomorrow, and honestly, this is absolutely amazing. There's so many things to be excited for. If you can see me right now, I'm getting the dance floor raggedy. It's time to get boogieing, but first, we gotta say our predictions. Let's get straight into it. Yeah, I know, this is definitely going to be a really interesting video, wild full of excitement, because man, I've been waiting so long for this Nintendo Direct. First off, the game that probably everyone and their mom has heard of before is the Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time remake. At this point, you could say it's been confirmed. This is going to be happening. It's definitely going to be very disappointing if Nintendo's over here saying no. But overall, I'm definitely really excited. This is going to be something that's either going to be like Unreal Engine Ocarina of Time remake, or it's going to be something very similar to the Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom cel-shaded look. So potentially, we're going to have to see how this is. But yeah, this is a game that you most likely will be seeing tomorrow. You'll stroll up and say, yeah, Ocarina of Time. Now, staying on topic with the Legend of Zelda's 40th anniversary, what else could we be seeing everything? Scratching your mustache and wondering, there's definitely a lot. First off, The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess. Now this is something that I've been saying for a long time. We're probably going to be seeing Twilight Princess, because to me it makes the most sense. If we are going to be seeing Ocarina of Time, wouldn't that make sense for Nintendo Switch 1 players to have Twilight Princess and Wind Waker HD? Because the Wii U isn't more powerful than the Switch, so you'd just be able to easily port those over. I guess you would have to get rid of the gamepad functionality, which did really work great in Twilight Princess, but besides that, you could easily use Pro controllers. So I honestly believe that if they're going to do something, it's going to be now, and they're going to port these games over finally. Plus, it's the 20th anniversary of The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess, the original game, and the 10th anniversary of the HD version. We can't forget that Nintendo has been releasing books of these games, which is definitely really exciting in so many different ways. So yes, I think that that's going to be happening. But also, we can say, what about the double pack? Twilight Princess, Wind Waker HD? If they're going to do something about Twilight Princess, they'll probably add it into a double pack because, hey, at the end of the day, Nintendo did say, we're going to make it up to you, we promise. So, potentially, if they really wanted to make it up to us, Ocarina of Time, Wind Waker, and Twilight Princess, don't you think that that would be the dream team combo when it really looks at it? I think so. But speaking on another Legend of Zelda game that potentially could see the light of day once again is The Legend of Zelda A Link Between Worlds. Now, I really don't have any evidence to really go off of, but saying, hey, this game came out in 2013, maybe it's time to finally see a 2D game return. So overall, I definitely think that this could finally happen. Now, there's definitely been a lot of suggestions that you've all been giving me. What about Kid Icarus? Am I saying that right, Kid Icarus? Never heard of that game before, but I think that it definitely would be interesting to see a brand new game, an old game return. Overall, it definitely would be a lot of excitement. One game that I do want to mention is Kirby. Now Kirby, there's an anniversary, a special anniversary happening next year, but don't you think Nintendo or Hall Laboratory wants to get everyone excited, ready, and waiting for this special anniversary? I think so. So what they most likely would do is add Triple Deluxe and Planet Robot. I've said it again. But honestly, I think that this is going to be a thing that is going to happen at some point. Overall, I think that if Nate the Hate is rumor, I don't want to hear Nate the Hate's rumor. I hope that's wrong. Because no, trust me, you want it to be true. Because if you looked at it, Nate the Hate said that, yeah, this is going to be happening 2024. Then it's happening 2025. Nope, it's been happening 2026. What if they had the full game in development? They had the full game done, but they just pushed it back so many times just to add Triple Deluxe. To me, that makes a lot of sense, don't you think? I don't know, that just could be me, because after all, I'm just too excited. I'm getting crazier and crazier by the day. Okay, so now that we mostly talked about remasters, remakes, and everything associated with that, what about new games? First off, Nintendo could do Luigi's Mansion. Finally, Luigi's Mansion 4 could be making a return in 2026. Definitely does make a lot of sense in a lot of ways. When I really take a look at it, hey, I would say, yeah, there's a good chance that Luigi's Mansion could be happening at some point. Now in this video, I didn't really want to discuss third-party games because third-party games, they're cool, but they're not the same as first-party Nintendo games. But if you wanted to, Forza Horizon, thoughts? I would take that game. Subnautica 2, I don't believe that Nintendo does do betas, But one game that I really would love to see, since we've seen the return of one other game, Spyro the Dragon, would be Skylanders. Skylanders would definitely be a really exciting thing to see in this Presents. Now, do I believe that it's going to be happening? No. Do I want it to be a prediction? Yeah. Do I think it's going to be releasing anytime soon? That's a good question. But overall, either seeing a new Skylanders collection where you see every single game make a return with an actual portal, by the way, instead of just scanning it onto the joystick itself, an actual portal would be awesome for Skylanders, because then you can put your Skylander into the portal and feel that immense pressure of absolutely amazing nostalgia. You know, you feel nostalgic over your old amazing games. Overall, I think Skylanders would be honestly the biggest third-party game that I ever want to see on the Nintendo platform. Moving on over to one game that pretty much everyone has been discussing on. 3D Mario! So 3D Mario, that's definitely really interesting. First off, yes, we're going to be seeing 3D Mario in 2027, but when could they reveal this? Is this going to be part of the June Direct, or is this going to be part of the September Direct? For me personally, I think it's going to be part of the September Direct, but who knows, we could be completely wrong. It could be part of the June Direct. Now, what exactly would this be? I believe that the next Super Mario game is probably going to be something to do with Galaxy theme, because the Mario movie, fun fact, has sold over $1 billion in revenue, which is definitely really crazy in a lot of ways, so potentially they're going to link the two games together. Hey, Galaxy is returning, but instead of feeling like that gimmicky Galaxy game where the original two were, it's probably going to be something completely different, potentially that you can build your own spaceship and you can go to planet, kind of like No Man's Sky, but Super Mario Galaxy game. Overall, definitely really interesting. Now, we talked about a lot, and I mean a lot of video games, some of them new and a lot of them old. Okay, then what about the next Pokemon game? Pokemon is definitely really interesting. Could they reveal a sneak peek for Winds and Waves? I definitely think it is very possible. They could easily, hey, Winds and Waves, here you go, you can get yourself your brand new sneak peek. This is what the legendaries are going to be, because after all, if they do something like that, it's most likely going to share the legendaries, and this wouldn't be the first time that Nintendo goes over, yep, this is going to be, the Pokemon games are going to be happening in Direct. Potentially they could do that, or even release the older Pokemon games, say, hey, Shadow Drop, this is going to be happening. Honestly, that would be the coolest thing. Imagine that. You're watching their Direct, it's already exciting, you're getting a Treehouse Live also, and then they say, hey, the old Pokemon games, they're returning. You can download now, or you can buy now, whatever the case may be. It would definitely be such a cool experience for that. And overall, that would definitely be really interesting. Another couple of games that I want to mention is, honestly, Super Smash Bros. Because if you look at it, Super Smash Bros. Could make sense. I mean, Michelle Sakurai just sort of finished Kirby Air Riders. Now he's moving over to Smash Bros. Potentially. Maybe we're going to see a reveal. Just Mario jumping off, Fireball, Link, fight, woo, all that, and then boom. Super Smash Bros. Extra Ultimate. Yep. Same thing goes with The Legend of Zelda. Because if you look at it, the original Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild came out in 2017. Then in 2019, for E3, we got The Legend of Zelda. Wasn't even Tears of the Kingdom. It was Breath of the Wild 2, which was definitely really interesting. So potentially we could be seeing whatever the next Legend of Zelda is. The Legend of Zelda, A Link Through the Timeline. Overall, this is definitely really interesting. So with this Presents, it's not just a Presents, but in fact the Treehouse Live is going to be directly after. It's kind of like going to be the Nintendo Switch 2 unveiling, how we got a Treehouse Live directly after. Overall, it's definitely really interesting. What can we see? Well, usually Treehouse Lives, it's about like maybe 30 minutes for one game, 30 minutes for another, 30 minutes. So let's just say that we get 3 games. One of them, that's pretty much guaranteed at this point, is Star Fox! Woohoo! We finally get to see some gameplay on Star Fox, which would definitely be really cool. Another one that I would see, honestly, is The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. That could very well happen. But the other one is definitely really interesting. What could they add? Most likely some third-party game. Hopefully Skylanders. I would take it. Maybe potentially Spyro the Dragon. Who knows? Definitely gonna be really interesting. Anyways, what are your thoughts on this? Let me know in the comment section down below. And thank you so much for watching. Consider to join me tomorrow morning at 7, 8, 9, 10. Who knows? For a Presents live reaction together. And we could play Mario Kart World. That'd be really awesome. Anyways, see you in the next one. Have a great day.